Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the Skolo Online YouTube channel. In this channel, we make videos on learning web development, learning web application development, e-commerce development, digital marketing. If you're new to this channel, please feel free to subscribe. You'll find the subscribe button at the bottom of the video that you're watching right now, that red button over there. Please subscribe so that you will always be informed and you'll get notifications every time we set up a new video in this channel. We have new videos on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. Also, like this video and leave me a comment below, and I will try to get to each and every single comment that is made on this video. Another useful feature that we have on our videos is at the bottom inside the description box. If you expand the description of the video, you will see we've got timestamps to interesting sections in the videos that we're making, because we make a lot of long videos, so you don't have to watch the entire video. You can just read through the timestamp and read about the section that you're interested in, and you can just click on that timestamp and it will take you exactly to that section, and you can just watch that section. And it's also useful in future. If you return, you can just go to the timestamp and click on the section that you want to watch again. And also in the description below, guys, we've got links to our social media channels: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Please follow us there as well. We sometimes output information in there, and let's start learning. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through Unstack, which is another no-code website builder platform. But Unstack is not your typical website builder. Unstack is specifically designed for marketing teams and helping marketers better understand what drives traffic to their website and what converts website visitors into paying customers. If you think about it, the reason why you are building a website and you're spending a lot of money on building a website is that you want to get people to come into your website, and you probably want to sell them something, whether it's a product or a service. If you're a software developer like myself, you're selling them a service. So you want them to come to your website, and then you want them to be attracted when they reach your website. You want them to like what they're seeing and make a purchase. And a lot of people spend money, thousands of rands, hiring developers to build websites, but then they don't create or target those websites for conversion because they don't have the skills, because it's a completely different skill set to build a website for conversion than it is to just build a website that works. A lot of developers focus on building content that works, that is functional, but not necessarily marketable or selling or sell worthy. So those are two different parts. That is why when I do my website development courses, I'm always trying to incorporate search engine optimization, because that's definitely one of the most important things you have to consider when you're building a website for optimizing it for organic traffic, is to just get the SEO to work, the on-page SEO. So I always try to incorporate that in a lot of my web development courses, but that's not everything. You can get good SEO, which means your website maybe might feature on search engine, and then people will click on the website. But if the content of the website and the way it's built and the way it's designed does not make people want to click and buy, even your SEO rankings will go down, because if people bounce off your website, if you get a high bounce rate, that affects your SEO score. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're doing website development. You have to get a website that works. It has to be functional. The technical part of it has to work. It has to be mobile optimized for phone devices and small things. That helps your SEO as well. The second part is that you have to build it very well for search engine optimization in the keywords that you target, and a lot of the things that we discuss when you're doing on-page SEO. But the third part is that the content has to be attractive. It has to be content that drives people to want to buy, so that if you had a person that is a potential client, they have to be attracted when they reach the website, because you can't spend a lot of money on driving people to your site, and when they get there, they don't like what they see and they bounce. So Unstack is specifically designed to help you create website content that helps people stay. This is definitely, at least what I'm gathering from the couple of times that I've visited Unstack, and today I definitely want to try it out in front of you guys for the first time, and then we will test it out together and we'll see whether this works. Now, as usual, every time I visit these no-code platforms, I always start with showing you how much everything costs. I think that's really, really important. And if you look at the Unstack website, you don't see very obvious pricing tab. Maybe they've hidden it for a reason, right? It's not there. Like I searched and searched, and then eventually I just went to Google and I searched Unstack pricing like that on Google. Funny enough, when I searched for it on Google, I was able to find it. So it looks like you need to go there. So you can click on it there, which is and then it will take you to the Unstack pricing page. So this is the pricing for Unstack. Now, when you get there, you'll see that they've got a free version where you're not paying anything, but you only have 1,000 all-time visitors. That is not enough. 1,000 all-time visitors is not a lot. Actually, it's just enough to get you to test the platform. Because you'll get a couple of hundred visitors, maybe. As a business, you want to be aiming for 1,000 visitors a month, to be honest, because if your conversion is like 2%, maybe you'll convert 100 of them, or whatever, but you want to be looking at least 1,000 visitors on a monthly basis if you're like a serious website. So this is not gonna get you anywhere, but I think it's enough to just start out to test it out. And it doesn't look like they've got a trial period, because a lot of these pricing models, some of them don't have a free version, but they allow you to test out all these versions, and then they give you a month. And in a month, if you haven't bought, then they kick you out, which I think is a better strategy, because at least you can test these parts out. Because I really want to see now, how does A/B testing work? How does the landing page? How do all these things? I want to test them all out for like a month, and then after that, then I've got to pay for it. And then you can see what the pricing includes. And I think if you scroll a little bit lower, you'll be able to see all the things that is available. So you can do the dynamic marketing website with great performance. And another thing with building a website with these on-site builders is that you don't have to worry about expanding your website. You don't have to worry about what's the word? When you get more and more visitors, and then you have to scale up. Yes, scale up is one of those things that novice developers sometimes struggle with, because you can build a website that works, and then suddenly you get 1,000 visitors, and then it breaks, right? Because you haven't scaled it properly, or you haven't built it for scale, or you haven't thought about what you need to do to on the server side to get it to scale. So with these website builders, you don't have to worry about that. But the downside is, I always say this, bring it right at the beginning of my my courses. The downside to these website builders is the cost. They are not cheap, they're not free, and a lot of them you have to pay a lot of money. $29 a month, especially when you're starting out. If you're not sure, you're just testing out an idea, might be a bit steep for some entrepreneurs. But maybe give yourself a year and save up for it, so you can test out your idea. But otherwise, I think what I would probably do with this kind of websites builders is that I would test it out and see what kind of advice, what learnings I'm getting from it. Maybe pay it for a couple of months, learn the kind of teachings they're giving me, and then go and do it myself manually, because I am a developer. And for me, I feel like it's a waste of my time paying $30 a month for something. But I would pay it for the insights and the knowledge that they're going to give me, because I am a developer, but I'm not a marketer. So I don't do well with building content for conversion. So that is actually really what they're selling you here. They're selling you that ability to understand building content for conversion. Now, when you have time, go over there. It's unstack.com pricing, and I have a look at the pricing, and then you can decide which one you're going to go for. So I'm going to just click at the top and say build on Unstack. And then I'm going to enter my information, and then we're going to get started. So we are Skolo Online. We are admin. There are some websites which reject this email address, saying that it's not a real email address. But right. Let's create an account. All right, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, so what type of business are you? The software, e-commerce agency, and consultant. I'm going to click I'm a software business. What is my biggest challenge? Driving traffic, right? All right, choose your theme. So you can have a theme for what you want to do. So that's a Polygon theme. It's recommended for me. A sleek SaaS theme focusing on your product. Yeah, that looks really good. And then there's this one over there, Clean Fun Creative Agency theme. Big Influencer, this is for influencers, this is for publishers.
This is for agencies, investors, travel. I'm definitely a SaaS, software as a service. Well, the website that I'm trying to build this for is a software as a service product, which I will announce very soon on the channel. I think it's really exciting, but right now it's still under wraps. So this is definitely the kind of website that I want, and you have the option to live preview it. Okay, let's click this on a new window and have a look at it quickly. Right, polygon theme. So you can build yours, and I like the sort of it's in your face, like websites that are really attractive to clients are websites that have, the words must stick out, the sharpness in the text, that's really amazing. And people, and then you highlight the important words that you want people to read. So what I want, if you want a theme to be the word that sticks out, I can already see this is good. This is attractive to the eye. You've got the bullet points. We covered this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and immediately right at the beginning, it's always recommended within the first hero part of your website, you've got to tell your clients everything about your product and give them the option to immediately try it out right there and then. Before that, because some people never scroll past the first part. So you've got to have your whole message in the first part of your message. And then people scroll down. It's very important to also demonstrate what other businesses do what you do. And then you can see again, highlighting the important words and always having a button, an option for people to click and join, right? And then you can see they've staggered this, the words and the images. If you were doing a SaaS product, you would want to have screenshots of your product like this, where people can like read through and can see visually what your product is all about. What works even better is if you had a video of your product that you were showing people, for example, how to, like, if this was the part that you wanna, let's say you were doing a SaaS CRM, you would have a video that demonstrates that part of the SaaS. And then if there was another part of the SaaS invoicing, for example, you would have another video, then you would talk about it here, you would demonstrate it there. You see, and then right at the bottom, you clearly highlight your what is attractive about your product, and then what you call these are your people that have used your business, and you highlight them there as well, and then you can get started. So this is like the textbook version of the perfect landing page, in my opinion. So I'm happy with this theme. I'm going to close that. And I'm going to say that I'm definitely going with Polygon, and then they're going to allow me to get it ready. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. So once you get started, you have to go verify your email address, but it looks like they allow you to continue before you verified it. I'm sure they won't allow you to publish the website until you verify your email address, which we will do shortly. Let's look at our mailbox over there. Great. We verified our email address, so that's perfect. So it won't I'll connect Skolo Online to Unstack. So they're sort of like giving you the things that you should be doing next. Okay, so customize your branding, edit your first page, invite collaborators, confirm your domain settings, integrate Unstack with your tools. All right. So customize the branding. So how do you do that? Header and footer design. Styles. Click on the header and footer to customize your logo. All right. There it is, header and footer. Let's click on it. Logo for light backgrounds, logo for dark backgrounds. Okay. Social share, fave icon. All right, so let's put in a quick logo. All right, these are images that I think come with the template. So I'm going to enter my own. All right, so I'll just put that one in a fave icon. So let's just upload the same image. Save that fave icon. So your header is going to look like that. It's going to have that over there. Or maybe let me use a different logo that has some words on it. So let's change that. I think I've got a logo here that's got words on it. Skolo Online Learning. Yeah, that's better. You see, that looks better on the side. And then you then have an option to the headers. So these are the headers and footer. So you can pick that and the colors. So I think I'm happy with the colors, and that's the footer. You can add new menu items on the footer. You can enter your address over there. So we're gonna say we are in 221 Rivonia Avenue, and I'm going to say, can you not change that? Rivonia Avenue, Santon. Right. And then you can like move it around. I think you can move these items around if you wanted them to look different, to be organized differently. All right, maybe put the design there so that it sort of flows like that. Privacy policy maybe at the beginning, about terms, careers, documentation, license, chain load, meetings, collaboration, scheduling, chatbots, messaging. I'm just going to leave that on. And request a demo. It takes you to the sign up page. All right. So publish the changes. All right. So let's go back to the quick start. The first one is to customize your branding. I think we've done that. Create and edit your first page. Right. So let's see, how do you do that? So you go to website. All right. So over there where it says website. Let's click that. So it looks like you've got, coming with a template, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages already. And the home page is already live. Really. And you could add more pages. You could add a new page over there, or you could go and look at page templates and maybe select from page templates. So I'll show you maybe how to edit. Let's look at this home page, and let's say we wanted to edit the home page. Right? Is this the first time I'm using Unstack? Yes, the first time I'm using Unstack. Do you have existing content you'd like to bring to Unstack? No, I'm creating a new website. Would you like additional training? Nope, because I think I'm a quick learner. If your SaaS is built well enough and easy to follow, I will definitely be able to follow it. I'm quite smart, I'd like to think. So I'm not gonna go for any training. I'll try and see if I can figure this thing out. And if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. And that's why we're making these videos on this channel. So the homepage, I'm going to call it home instead of homepage. The title, I'm going to call this Skolo Online Learning. Right, the URL, we're going to leave that open. The canonical URL, leave blank if you want to be pre-filled with the page's URL. That's all right. The keywords for the page, this is very important. This is like your, the keywords that will be associated with, with your page from like the search engine's point of view, that you want, the search engine to be looking at when people are searching for certain words. So you would basically literally want your keywords to be associated with your content, so that when people are searching for those specific keywords, they can find your website. So in my specific case, because I'm trying to build an online learning website, perhaps the keywords that I would put in here would be things like online learning, right? Things like, what's happening now? Online learning. I pressed the enter button and it just sort of saved it. All right. Online learning, I'd put things like learn a WordPress, because I have a lot of courses on that. All right. Learn e-commerce development. I would put words like learn blockchain development. I've got all these courses on my website. Right. Learn online. Free courses here on YouTube. Okay, meta description. This is also very, very important. Online learning platform for web development. We teach courses like we teach courses on Python web development with the Django, Flask, no code, website builders. I don't know. This you need to think about. You mustn't sort of like freestyle it like the way I'm doing, because this is very, very important. If you think about search engine optimization, I'm gonna search for something like web developers, right? This, you see these words that appear here. This is what your clients will see immediately when they come to the website. The title will be there, and these words have to be perfect because it has to immediately attract people to come and want to click on this link. So these words, that the title will be that one over there. This title is what will appear there. So some good tips for good titles is to include, very, very attractive words that people must immediately, you want to keep it to 65 characters or less, but you want it to be like, it doesn't have to even be your website name. It has to be something that, the keyword that people specifically are searching for. So it would be like, learn online web development online free. See, perfect. And then think about what else you want to put in there. Meta description, featured image, that's also very, very important. The featured image will be associated with your link. Every time people are, will see your link on social media. Sometimes the featured image also features on Google, sometimes here, on the SEO, and a lot of the places where it will feature the most definitely is when people are sharing your link on social media, on whatever. So you want this featured image to speak directly to what your product is about. But I'm going to leave that open. And then at the bottom there, they say hide this page from search engines. So I'm going to say save and publish, right? And what else is here? Page settings. Let's click on the page itself. So those were the page settings. So this is now currently what the page looks like. I've already literally published it. Right, it's live. You can see there, it's like it's got that green sign, which means this is already up. So this works like a typical website builder. If you can see, you can sort of hover over an object, can click on it and be able to edit it. So it's like editing like a PowerPoint presentation. Think about it that way. All right, so let's put in the Skolo Online Learning. Okay, actually not that. Let's remember our keywords that we had for the title. Online learning for web development. Online learning for web development. Yeah, how about that? And then edit that text. That's how you can edit it. Let's look at the button. All right, there's a couple of things you can do with the button. You can let's say 30-day trial. I know we don't have a trial, but I'm just showing you how you would edit this. You've got a video. So over here, it looks like when they click on this link, it's going to take them somewhere. So let's see how to edit the link there. Can you edit it there? You can edit it there. So you can remove that. And let's say you say Skolo.online. I'm just going to test this later. Okay. Start learning. I think that's better. Start learning. And then I have that Skolo Online. Watch a demo video. This you can like maybe link it to some YouTube video. I don't know. I'll put it later. The YouTube video. YouTube.com. And then here you can change this image to a different image if you didn't like this one. There's all these other images that you can work with. Let's say you didn't like that image, you wanted to change, you could click there, or otherwise you could also add a video in there, right? And it looks like you have access to Unsplash as well, to stock images and pixels. And I think Unsplash is like mostly free, right? So let's see if you click on find the perfect search 1,000 photos by Unsplash. Let's see. Web development. There you go. So you've got stock images from Unsplash, for example. So let's say you liked that image and you clicked that, right? And you clicked save. You can also change the alt text. Okay, learn online Skolo web development. Always put something inside of your alt text. Never leave your alt text blank. I think I teach this even from the WordPress course, even when I'm doing the course manually. This is the most important thing you can do for your image, and it's one of those like sort of untapped potential, untapped sort of areas that people don't always think about, and they're just leaving like conversions on the table. So you can change the image. You can get like images from Unsplash that you can add, which is I think amazing. So you don't have to worry about always having the right images for your website. All right, so over here you can also like show your prospects which companies have already bought your product. You can our current we're not the only ones. We are not the only ones excited about Skolo, right? And then you can like link all your clients. This is very, very important. People take this for granted. Some of the best websites always have, right at the beginning, you will have a very, very attractive hero. This must be perfect. The image here must speak to your product. And over here, you must highlight the important words and all of that. Immediately after that, you want to show people who else uses your product. And if you can, have big names here, big brands. Like if you're a new startup and you don't have, for example, big businesses to link to. I've seen people on websites doing things like, our founders have worked with these companies or whatever. You must have some sort of experience, even if it's not experience with this business specifically. So if I have experience working for Google, even though Google didn't contract my SaaS, I can say our founders worked for these companies, right? And that would not be a lie. It's just how you reword this. But if people see these big brands, they're more likely to click on your product. And then later on, you can then change the wording to all people that have used our products, because eventually they will use your products. But when you're getting started, maybe you don't have big brands that have used your product. Find ways to reword this so that you're not lying, right? You're not lying. You have to be honest, but you can bend sort of, the words a little bit to be suitable. If you're a startup, to say, featured. I've seen a lot of organizations like to do this, featured on these websites, and then they'll put like, New Yorker, because if you manage to get your product featured on a big brand, you can just say featured on these products. They don't have on this website. They don't have to have bought your product, but you were featured on the New York Times. You were featured on a new whatever, and it's not hard to get featured on these brands. You can just like reach out to the editors and request to blog on their website. Request for a guest blog, or even pay for advertising. A lot of these big websites do allow for it. Like they allow, to feature your product, you can pay them, and they will feature your product on their news sites, and then you can come and link them here. You only need about 3 or 4 big brands, to be honest, and you can have not so big brands in the middle, so that you have other things that feature it all, and you can pay for those to be featured on here, and then you can have that as well listed there. But list something. It's better than listing nothing at all. It's better to say featured on, or our founders have worked with these companies before. If you've been employed by a big company, yes, our founders have worked at these companies. You have experience working at that company. You can definitely list it there, right? It's better to have that than actually have nothing at all, right? Then type in there, change images. I'm happy with that. This is really easy to edit. You can see it's like editing a PowerPoint presentation, guys. So I like what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna immediately say publish changes. I won't go through the whole process of editing the whole website, but I must say I've explored a lot of no-code website builders in the last couple of days, mostly because I was like, learning about this no-code builders, because I'm a developer and I get a lot of clients that say to me, we want you to use the no-code builders, because they feel they have more control over their website, because they can also log in and see what you're doing. And if they want to fire you, they can fire you, and then they'll still have the code. I think that's probably the reason why most of them want to do it. And I've explored a lot of these no-code builders. You've seen in the last couple of months, I have done a lot of videos on it. It's mostly for my own research as well, to see what's possible with these no-code builders. And a lot is possible, to be honest. depending on what you're trying to achieve. So I would recommend you use Unstack if you're really trying to work on on marketing and getting a high conversion website, which is a lot of the reason why you are doing this thing. So these websites are great for landing pages, landing pages. So even if I did my back end in Python and I did my back end and CMS in Django, perhaps I would use an Unstack front end to manage the conversions there. And then when it comes to linking, I can link this to the website that I've built in Django, because I don't need that to be SEO optimized. I need the funnel that is driving people there to be SEO optimized. You understand? So there's definitely a place for these website builders, and they're there for a good reason. And I've explored a lot of them, and I must tell you, Unstack is definitely one of the best ones. Easy to follow. You've seen me following it from scratch. I'm using it for the first time in front of you, and it's easy to work with. The pricing is always going to be a challenge with these builders, obviously. But I think maybe big companies would rather deal with this pricing than deal with developers. I don't know. But I think that for me, a driver for this thing is not necessarily the fact that you don't want to deal with developers. For me, the drivers for this type of website builders is, for example, with Unstack, they've got a unique value proposition, which is, marketing. Right? I've seen website builders that are just website builders for the sake of being website builders, like Webflow. I did Webflow the other time. It's just a website builder, right? For me, I'm not going to spend $30 a month just for a website builder if I can write the code for free myself, right? But here, I can pay money for this because I can see the value it's going to add. I mean, it's designed for conversion. I need that. If I build it myself in HTML, I might not design it perfectly for conversion, right? And in this specific case, it's even gonna measure for you and give you nice statistics and see what works. You can try different things. So definitely, out of everything I've tried, I must tell you, Unstack is definitely right at the top of the website builders with a purpose, right? Good. So my website should be live. Okay, let us test it out. Let's click this in a new tab and check right. There you go. The logo doesn't look nice, so we must fix that. But this is my website right here. It's skolo.unstack.website. It is live. If you went there right now, you will see it. So I need to update the logo there as well. All right. So guys, try it out and let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to go back here because if you go back to Quick Start, you will see that there is, that one now has been ticked off, but you'll see that there's other things you can do here. And I think this is why clients love the these builders, because you could invite your client here and then they would log in and they would see what you're building. So if you wanted approval, for example, this is a good way, because a lot of clients want to see the website before it goes live. They want to see what it looks like, and I always have to have like a conference call with clients and show them on my side what the website looks like and So something like Unstack here, for example, you could invite your client and they would be able to log in and perhaps then view the website before you publish it and comment on it, even make change. I wouldn't want them to make changes themselves. Maybe, make comments that I can make the changes as the developer. Then over here, you have the option to, currently it's sitting on an Unstack website, which I wouldn't change, by the way. I would actually leave it and capitalize off the Unstack domain authority. I actually build a lot of these websites just to get the domain authority, of Unstack and push my domain thing up and build links for my backlinks for my website. So I would actually just leave it there and build this to be like a landing page that drives people to my actual Skolo Online website, and talk about my online website and put the links everywhere on this site. And just like that, I've got links off Unstack domain, sending back people to my website. You understand? So this is also another good practice for upping the domain authority of your website and upping the backlink profile on your website. You understand? So I would actually just do it like that. I would leave it as a subdomain of that. I would not put a custom subdomain. I would then leave it like that and just use it for backlink building, right? So what else is there on the checklist? Let's see. So this is really amazing, this checklist that they've got here that is showing you all the things you need to do. All right, so the last one is integrate Unstack with your tools. So I think this is really the power of Unstack. the fact that you can now, connect a lot of the marketing tools to your website. And if you're a marketing team, this is where they would be working from, right? So maybe they would want to see the Google Analytics, because you can confirm off Google Analytics dashboard really how many clicks you're getting, right? And through your website, you can connect it to Salesforce, but it looks like you have to upgrade in order to do that. If you're working with Salesforce, which is a CRM that is built to track your leads and everything that you're getting, and you can as you're getting leads from this website, you can get them I think you can even connect like forms that you can people can immediately, as they are putting in their information, that information can go directly into your CRM, and then you can be able to track and follow those leads directly from your content management, from your CRM. And then you can also connect it with MailChimp. This then allows you to do email marketing campaigns to those people. So once they click in here, they can connect to CRM and there's a lot of other things, right? So try it out and let me know what you think. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys think in the comments below, if it works. What I've done so far is for free, so you can test it out for free. Obviously, you saw that pricing. You're going to be limited to 1,000 all-time visitors, and then you have to start paying, which I think is enough for you to have built something and see if it works. If you already get 1,000 visitors, you can afford to pay $29, right? So guys, let me know how it works, and I'll see you guys again next week.